Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Morgan and bid you all welcome back to Elex. This is episode 6, and we have just encountered the gentleman caretaking this world heart here, which is the one that, what's his name? I think Ragnar wanted a report from, or was it the other guy? I don't really remember, but we gotta head back to Goliet for a number of reasons. We've done our exploration around here. I think it's about time we get some story progress going again. But just wanted to check out this little ruin. Okay. Alright, I thought I told you to stop doing that. I gotta be honest. I'm really sick of Windows just not doing what I actually tell it to do. I set it to stop giving me this stupid pop-up asking me to change the color scheme for better performance. Game's running just fine. My computer runs just fine. Stop giving me this damn pop-up and distracting me. But, interesting. There's a actual, like a music zone, like a different trigger when you walk closer to this world heart, I think. I find that pretty interesting. Normally they don't make the music triggers that localized. But anyway, there's a lot more we could explore around here, but we've done so much exploration in the last few videos. I think we're gonna just head back for the time being. We'll be back, of course, but I apologize if I seem a little bit quieter right now. I'm recording this quite early in the morning, so I'm trying not to make too much noise and wake up anybody. But, let's just check what we got going on here.
All technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
I'll consign your ass to the pit. How about that? Okay. So it seemed to combine this quest. I get the feeling when we talk to Sinda, she's basically going to say we can't do anything. So we're going to have to pick up all those mushrooms anyway. But we need to do this. And we need to talk to Cormag. He's one of the warlords we have not actually spoken to yet.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Yes, indeed. So I'm not sure where this Cormag fellow is, but we have not made it all the way to the top. But let's at least talk to Sinda on the way. Yeah, I can see why that change in lighting can be pretty jarring for some people. I do think it's a bit overblown, considering how bright it is in here.
Irdor needs supplies.
Irdor? The cultivator? Yes, I suppose he's not had any supplies for a while. But he will have to wait. He can forage in the forest. The people here can't.
I promised I'd get him supplies.
I'm not responsible for your promises. I have a whole town to feed.
What if I buy them?
Elex is always welcome. You can purchase what you want. Everything I've got here has already been assigned. Except for a load of bread I had to throw out because no one picked it up from the baker until it was too late. I mean, what use is moldy bread? For the want of a few men, we waste resources that we're already short of.
Is moldy bread all there is?
For now. I'll get someone out there with better supplies when I can. But honestly, I can set up 4 other supply runs to other people in the time I can get someone to him. Until all this is sorted out, I've got to put my supplies where they'll do the most good.
Alright, fair enough. So, well, unfortunately there's no way to... I don't have the time to try and scrape mold off bread, so I guess picking mushrooms is the next best thing. But we are quite a ways away from that, it looks like. Sinda doesn't understand why she should give me supplies. She would not give me... She will not... I don't know. I find that a little bit questionable. I wonder if this is one of those cases where, like, you can try and take a shortcut to complete the quest, and it's just a bad result. Yeah, that is some gnarly looking bread. I think I'm going to pass on that. I'm curious what it would turn out to be, though, but we only have 15 of these things. We need 50 in total. So it's going to be quite a while of mushroom picking. That's probably something I'm going to do off screen just to spare you all the drudgery of that kind of labor. So we haven't... Have we made it all the way up here? Yeah, we have. We just haven't gone all the way to the pinnacle. Now, there were some NPCs that we kind of ignored. One of them, I think, was working this field here, but she does not seem to be here at the moment. I know there's many, many more quests we can pick up while we're here, but I just did not want to spend all too long in one place. It would have been taking a great many episodes to get through everything, so I wanted to make some kind of progress in the greater world before we...
That is his problem, not mine.
I agree.
Are you in need of medical supplies? It'll take time to prepare them, I'm afraid. With all the fighting, we haven't any stocks left.
Do you help everyone who asks?
It is a healer's duty, especially in these times of war. And it is needed, bitterly. Which is what I have heard from everyone we picked up. Terrible. I wish I could offer aid to all those in need. But it seems not even our magic helps us keep up with supplies.
Sounds like your magic is not all it's cracked up to be.
You must hear a lot about what's going on.
I don't need to hear. I get to see the results. The magic the Albs are using is so destructive. Somehow they're managing to use pure Elex, and it makes me fear for our warriors.
It's more powerful than Berserker magic?
It's more destructive. With the damage it's causing, I can't believe it isn't tearing the Albs apart too. It must hurt them.
Hurt? Yes. But they're trained to reject emotions and feelings.
Yes. They say Elex makes machines of men, but I have heard there are Albs who have escaped their addiction. I wish I could meet one. Knowing what they feel might help me assist others to overcome their addiction.
I'm not sure I want to volunteer our identity that quickly.
What do you know about Elex withdrawal?
I met an Alb separatist. He was brought in as a prisoner. His external wounds weren't so bad, but internally, emotionally, he was trying to cope with all those withdrawal symptoms, and at the same time he was rediscovering his emotions. All that pain, all that confusion.
What happened to him? Where is he?
He died. It was all just too much. I wish I could have learned more from him. If he could leave, so could others. Maybe that could offer hope to us all.
Now, it's another case of just
Shards and all this would be
Piranha Bytes seeming to kind of just take a shortcut in terms of, like, having some kind of plot-relevant conflict of sorts. It's supposed to be a personal kind of thing. They did the same thing with Risen 2 and the hero's supposed alcoholism, where even though it's a part of his character, it just does not apply to actual gameplay. And that's kind of the same thing happening here. We hear how devastating Elex withdrawal can be, yet it does not seem to affect our character at all. He just kind of walked away from it and just said, alright. And I find that a bit cheap. I think they could have actually made something interesting out of that, but they just chose not to. So for those who missed it, I put a correction in the last video because I talked a lot about how Elex 2, like people were speculating a lot about it and there seemed to be some confirmation on it. I had forgotten that I actually read about it before, and actually World of Elex, the fan community that I've assisted with, did put out a news bit back in August about the very same thing. So this has actually been confirmed for quite a while. I didn't report on it back then because I wanted to see if more information would show up. It really hasn't, but I've forgotten about it since. So I apologize for acting like it's news when it really wasn't. But I'm sure a lot of you still haven't gotten the memo on that. But as far as that's concerned, it's not the German government that gave them the grant. It's actually the European Union. And it's not just been given to them. It seemed to be part of a program to offer about I think it was 500,000 euros in total to different projects, and Elex 2 seemed to get the lion's share of it. I haven't really read what the other projects were, but I find it kind of fascinating that they were able to secure that. I mean, it's not a huge amount of money. They got 150,000 euros, I think, which is nowhere near a budget for a video game, especially of this size. So I kind of wonder why they jumped on it before they even got this game out and, you know, trademarked Elex 2 before they were sure that this game was going to even be worth a follow-up. But that's just what they did. I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, it does seem to confirm that they have no interest in making DLC for this game. They've already started on the next project. So Nordic seem to have a lot of confidence in this as a franchise, and I hope it works out for them. I hope Piranha can learn some lessons from the shortcomings of this one, and maybe that 150,000 euros can pay for some better animators.
So, you decided to stick around. Well, I've been given a job by a warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you, if you want to stay around for longer.
Tell me about the job.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliet a few months ago. A rather dedicated berserker named Ascor was killed. There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So, Ragnar wants me to follow up and find the murderer.
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up. Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say?
Tell me about the victim.
His name was Ascor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cultivator. Ragnar had high hopes for him, but Ascor wasn't popular. He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone, and it wasn't like he had many shards to up and disappear with. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Ascor's body rotten up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome him, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Ascor to point to who might be the murderer.
And you think I can find the killer?
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Ascor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliet? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliet to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
So I'm glad that they didn't just throw this quest on your plate and say, go do it. I like the little interaction there where they both just kind of said, this doesn't, our process here doesn't make any sense, but it's all we got. So I'm glad that they seem to be thinking critically about some of their quest options here. It makes it more personable, in my opinion.
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Idan. But if Ragnar's right, then there must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5 exactly, but Ragnar will have his reasons.
I'll find the murderer.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to find out what happened. Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. But if we can eliminate these 5 suspects, he might let this go. And who knows? Maybe one of them did do it, and you'll get the proof.
I thought you said there were 3 suspects.
Will the suspects talk to me?
Tell them you're investigating on Ragnar's orders. They'll answer your questions. Let me know if you need help. Remember, my sword belongs to you.
Well, I'll gladly take it. Now, I thought the idea was that we're an outsider, and therefore people will confide in us because they don't think we're working for Ragnar, but... oh well.
Who are the suspects?
A group of people who were out there in the forest at the time of the murder. First on the list is Baron. He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Abessa. I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen, a hunter. He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. There's something troubling him. Last are Irdor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. There's something he's not happy about. Irdor is still wet behind the ears. Bit of a whiner, but seems to care about his job. They were all outside Goliet at the time of the murder.
So we've met 2 of those 5 so far. The rest of them seem to be stretched out pretty far, so I guess we'll get to them in time.
What do you want me to ask them?
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. What they thought of Ascor. I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Where can I find them?
They're all still out there. Track them down, then report back to me when you've discovered something.
Well, again, there's no real direction there, but we know at least where some of the world hearts will be easy to find. The rest of them, especially that Rock fellow, I don't know where he is. So this is another one of those cases where they just got lazy and seemed to expect you to use the quest tracker.
Do you think we make a good team, Duras?
We're a team. I'm ready if you are.
Well, that's nice to know. We don't have the opportunity to build a party yet, but at least we have a start.
Yeah? Not now.
What do we got in here? Just a house. Oh no, you look like a warlord.
Welcome, incomer. I hope you are being treated well. Goliet has always opened its doors to those who need shelter. But these are hard times, and war grows suspicions. As for me, I think the free people should work together in this war with the elves.
Will I have trouble here?
It will mostly be talk. People gossip about incomers. If you want the people here to trust you, then help them. Once they do, they will open their doors to you. You will have a place to stay. A chance to become one of us. And they will likely reward you for your trouble. We Berserkers believe in second chances. It's your choice whether you take that chance or not.
Now, it's interesting. They say they believe in second chances, but they are very tough on people who make mistakes. And yet, anybody who walks in the front door can get a pretty easy time of it by the sound of things.
Who are you?
I am Cormag, warlord of the Hammer Clan. Each of the clans has its own calling, and ours is magic.
Not hammers?
A gift given to us in our time of need. Proof that this planet needed a guardian, and that it chose us. We can channel power through our bodies, and battle the machines of the clerics. The power mana gives us seems limitless. And yet, it seems so normal now, doesn't it? It's hard to remember that magic is only a generation old. We have only just started our study of it. And the Hammer Clan has made that study our purpose.
I would have come up with a better, you know, symbol for your clan if you're based around magic than hammers. That implies you're some kind of smiths or workers, but, well, who am I to judge?
Sinda needs your help.
More trouble with the supplies? What can I do to help?
She needs people to collect the food deliveries.
I thought Angram had sent men to do that.
Angram is refusing to send more men.
How does he think we'll eat if no one collects our food? Even his warriors can't fight on an empty stomach. Still, if Angram is worried about sending men, then there must be a real danger. I will send men to help Sinda. But if they're to go out there, then I want to improve their odds of survival. We recently captured some movement detectors from the clerics. They're being stored in the pit, ready for the Elex to be taken out of them. Get me one of those movement detectors, and I will give Sinda the help she wants.
Whoa, I thought that's forbidden.
Isn't taking technology from the pit against the law?
Sometimes, laws must be broken for problems to be fixed. Get me that detector, and I will help Sinda. Those are my terms.
Sketch. Alright, well, at least we know what this is used for, but it's a little surprising for a for a warlord. It's supposed to be a enforcer of the high laws to just right off the bat break one of them and ask us to do it for him. That's kind of funny.
I have the movement detector you wanted.
Excellent work. Now, my men stand a chance of seeing danger before they walk into it. Tell Sinda she can count on the support of the Hammer Clan. I will tell the men to be ready.
Alright then.
What do you think about your laws?
Our laws bind us. They tell us who we are. How we interpret them, that is where we can do better. Death and exile shouldn't be the only sentences. There should be reward in repentance. Leniency could save us valuable people.
Alright, so this is a fellow I can get along with.
You think other berserkers are too harsh?
Dedicated, not harsh. And sometimes dedication can blind us to other ways of thinking. Just imagine, if we berserkers could enhance the cleric's energy weapons, or the outlaw's explosives with the power of mana, who could stop us then? Now, Angram would say that giving into technology would destroy us. But I wonder whether holding on to the laws too tightly will do the same. After all, there were those who tried to stop using magic. They said it was against nature. Now magic is all that defends it. Whatever my thoughts, the laws we have now are the ones we must follow.
Fascinating. I don't know. His perspective on technology is a bit more progressive than the rest of them, but also seems to be his idea on how to just improve the military capabilities of their community here, which is a little frightening. So I'm not sure I wholly approve of his perspective, but I do like his idea that people should not just be given basically a death sentence for making mistakes. I like that he's a little more forgiving in that regard.
Are there problems between the clans?
Give any group a name and they'll use it as a cause for argument with others. But, while there are always differences, we are all berserkers. Anyone who forgets that needs a swift reminder of their true allegiance.
You have traitors here?
Not traitors. Troublemakers. People whose mouths move faster than their minds. You think we should use the law to silence anyone who thinks differently? I say they need to be convinced that our cause is best served if we work together. I've been saying that over and over, but it seems some people have stopped listening.
Maybe they would listen to me.
Perhaps. You could do me a favor and talk to Irdor. He's been speaking out against the Eisen clan. But I'm not sure of the reason behind his anger. You will find him living with the other cultivators down in the cultivator house. I'd be grateful if you can find out the reason he's upset, before this bad feeling escalates into something else.
Alright then, I'm not quite finished with you.
Do you know Kata?
Kata? I do if you're talking about the thief Kata. I see you are. She was exiled on clear evidence according to the law.
Alright, well that's pretty straight and narrow. Even though he said he's a bit more, what's the word? A bit more liberal in his interpretation of the law and its application. It doesn't seem that he's not interested in trying to give her another chance, but whatever. She's not the one. He's not the one we were sent here to talk to, so we'll have to find Ulrich, I believe his name was. Oh wow, another teleporter. Hotel Ruins of Goliet, so this is a hotel. As I thought all along. Oh. If there was ever a bigger FU to the hubris of man, I don't think I've ever seen one. Oh, workbench. So this is where you can fix or upgrade stuff, I guess. Oh, wow. This item cannot be sold. So we can modify, salvage. Hang on, we can salvage our Pip-Boy? I don't think we can really do any of this yet, but these might not actually be options. But I cannot imagine that we can destroy this thing that we seem to depend on. So you can actually break down weapons into just basic elements. That's pretty cool. I find that fascinating. So no modification for this. Unscrew. I'm guessing that's a skill that we need. You can break down ammunition too. That's actually pretty cool. I'm glad that they went kind of in depth with that. I don't know how applicable it is, but beyond just being able to forge weapons, I like that you can modify or even decompose them. Alright, well, Ragnar doesn't seem to have much new for us. Quite a big place. I guess it's kind of it's not so much a warlord's household, but more of a longhouse for the clan.
Hello.
Hi.
If you want to rest, you should find yourself a spot and relax. And if you are hungry, we can surely find you something to eat.
Do you welcome everyone with that speech?
Not everyone here is as welcoming as they could be. We're all in need of help. All the free people. So, wherever you came from, your help is welcome. What's the point in us seeking to rebuild the world if we continue fighting? We need to build one world, together. I hope you can see that.
You sound like a dirty commie to me.
What is this building?
A rare relic of the old world, hey? If you want, go up to one of the higher balconies and have a look at the view. You will get an idea how beautiful it must have been here before the comet struck. It seems the people of the old world understood the value of that even back before the Great Fall.
Why do you build these huts then?
This place might be a good choice for defense, but it doesn't exactly connect us with nature. We all need to be rooted in the natural world. We all need to remember our place in it. You, me, all the people here, we are all part of Magellan.
How long have you been with the Berserkers?
I was born here, and I can't imagine a better place.
What's so good about it?
As Eisenfaust said, of all the places and all the people in Magellan, the planet chose us to give magic to. And Eisenfaust wasn't exactly known for his poetic side. With respect for all his great feats, he was a bit of a miserable bastard, to be honest. We have organized our lives around the essential things in life. You do not need everything you think you need.
I could get used to life here.
Good. Good. I would wish that for you. You will find safety here, and purpose. Ragnar will help you find your place. He can sound severe, I know, but there are pressures on him, and he wants the best for us.
Tell me about Ragnar.
Ragnar the Fierce?
Yes, yes, we've
Ragnar,
heard all
son
this.
of Bajar? He is warlord of the Hooded Crows. Warlord, warrior, leader, and my husband.
You're married?
Why would I marry someone whose expression is that of thunder over the mountains? That is when he is carrying the weight of his clan. Then he is a warlord. I married the man.
Alright then, I wasn't really asking for your justification for it, but hey, I wish you all the best.
How did Ragnar become warlord?
Hard work, dedication, and popularity.
Tell me the real story.
Do you mean, is there a deep, dark secret? A tale of rivalry and assassination to rise to the top? No, I'm afraid it's a tale of skill, ability, and dedication. He was named Berserker when he was a teen. Served his time in the fields as a cultivator. He was seen defending the seedlings from mutants, and was named warrior on the spot. When he was a child, Ragnar met Eisenfaust, and I think that left its mark. He wanted to be that man. And he is, just with more of a sense of humor. In their hour of need, the Berserkers call for another Eisenfaust, and in Ragnar, I believe they have him.
Is there something you need doing here?
There are always things that need doing here, and helping out will gain you notice for promotion. Of course, for the highest ranks, we must all look to the warlords to be promoted. Ask in Goliet, and you'll find tasks to match your skills. But there is one thing I need help with. Though, I warn you, it could be dangerous.
What sort of dangerous?
The regular kind. If you've come from beyond the walls, it won't be anything new to you. Our scouts reported that a few clerics were recently attacked by mutants. Let's just say that despite all their technology, the clerics came off worse. But the weapons they left behind, lying about out there, are a problem. They could cause a great deal of damage in the wrong hands. I want you to collect them and take them to Yora. You'll find him at the pit. He and the workers there make sure such technology is made safe.
I can't get the weapons. Someone else has taken them already.
And from your expression, I can only assume that this unhappy circumstance has something to do with you. You're lucky it's me learning this. Angrim or even Ragnar wouldn't view that news well. Still, what is done, I suppose.
Well, we kind of fucked up there, I guess. We probably shouldn't have jumped the gun and given the weapons to Bertram, or whatever the hell his name is, but... oh well, at least she kind of let that slide. Well, I didn't want to do everything in the favor of the Berserkers right off the bat, because I'm not sure that throwing in all our deck with them straight away is such a great idea. They're probably going to be the ones I end up with regardless, because I'm sure that's what everyone wants to see, but I want to give all the clans, all the communities a chance to impress me. A book of stories. It is quite dark in here. Well, let's check out this view she boasted about. Nope. I'll take that. I guess it is quite nice. I mean, the sea kind of cuts off at some point, but I have no idea why that part of the terrain did not load. Oh well, I guess this world can't be perfect. So that's down where... that's where, what's his name? The hunter guy is. It's a shame we don't have, like, binoculars that we can use. The World Heart is somewhere over there. I can't really see it from here for some reason. But... hey, what's going on, buddy? You're nobody important. Oh, drone control. Why the hell is this just sitting around? Huh. Someone made a meal of somebody up here. I did not know the Berserkers were into cannibalism. Is it possible to get in there? Yes, it is. I don't know why they bothered boarding up the door. So I like that they kind of have these somewhat hidden areas where you have to look for an entrance, but some of the barriers are a bit contrived. Like, who the hell boarded up this door? What were they keeping out? What's the point? Looks like another drop we can make. Ho-ho, we found Fred. Guess after all that, he did not survive his bout with some bad mushrooms, it looks like. Well, This whole family seems to have had a pretty bad vacation here. I really went in depth with some of the routes you can take through here. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking a lot of things, but I'm also probably giving them an undue amount of praise for some really simple shit. But I like any developer that puts attention to details, even if the details are not very significant. What is all this now? Another kind of radio tower, it looks like. Kind of surprised they don't have anybody on guard up here. They have a lot of ballistas just floating around. Not floating, but just kind of around here. What is all this now? This is pretty fascinating. Whoa, almost fell. What is that now? Shit. Very slippery, most of the terrain around here. Where are you heading off to? It's pretty cool that they do kind of roam outside of town. Is that a... Doesn't look like somebody friendly. I guess it is. Oops, sorry.
That's the right decision.
Okay, just some basic cultivators. It's nice that they actually do wander out into the wilderness. I mean, honestly, why even pop the hood if that's all you're gonna... Just gonna put in some two-dimensional, low-res texture of an engine. So what is this now? Looks like another... Doesn't really look like part of the resort. A lot of basic crap around here. I don't know how much of this stuff that we find is used in crafting. I'm afraid to sell any of it in case we need it later. Oh wow! Got a new weapon. Not as good as the hatchet, and not any better than what we got. Basic but upgradable. So we unfortunately need more investment in stats to use it. Considering we aren't getting a lot of attribute points very quickly. I think we gotta spend more time completing quests, because killing monsters does not seem to be a quick way to the top. I don't know. I've seen some weird stuff. Oh wow, looks like a castle. I've seen some weird stuff where killing some enemies only gets you like 5 experience points. So I wonder if they have some kind of system where you get diminishing returns for low-level enemies. So like the more you level up, the less experience you get for killing them. This seems like the kind of place that they would put some kind of tough boss monster. Nope, they just put poison. There must be some kind of, like, suit or something you can get that gives you resistances against environmental hazards. My god, the collision up there is just wonky. Okay, I don't really see much purpose to being here until we can survive the hazards. What do we got over here? Don't need that. We got a lot of Elex. And we do have like 4 learning points, I think. 3. Maybe it's worth our time to check out what skills that some people have on offer, but right now I'm not sure we even have the attributes to do anything. Oh! That was a very swift drop. Seems... Oh, shit. Why is this guy dead? Was there a quest that we had, or did that just kind of pop up because we found it? Well, let's at least look at that note. Maybe that can... I've already forgotten who this guy's name is, so I'm not sure what to look for. Crumpled note. Below the pit, the evening after dark, bring 200 Elex. Do not forget to test the chems beforehand. Do not let Dick cheat you again. You know what? That must have been a completed quest. Maybe that's why I can't find it. Alvar. I don't know why that completed the quest. I mean, were we supposed to look for him for somebody? Seems kind of weird that it just ends there. Surely somebody wants to know about him. I don't know. Duras already has one murder investigation on his plate. Maybe we can tell him about another. Nope. Ragnar, perhaps?
About my...
Whatever. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna call the episode here. I guess we'll try and sort out some of these mysteries later, but next episode we have to go... we have to report back to a few people, but I also want to find this Ulrich fellow. And see if he can help us prove the young lady's innocence. But until then, thank you all for watching. We also got some mushroom picking that we need to do, but... Again, that's probably something I'm going to do off screen just to spare you all. But, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all kindly for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. And if you wish to follow my live stream shenanigans when those begin again, follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my stream archive channel. Links in the description below. But until next time, have yourselves a wonderful night.